All right, everybody, another quick update. This weekend's work on the Mustang. So, as you had already seen, I had the whole driver's side assembled. I've just put the cowl in place because I had to redo the hood. But the big thing was I was waiting on my bolts for this. Now I've went and got the whole passenger side set up. Gap's a little bit bigger than I'd like, but it's aftermarket stuff. But the lines are lining up. That's what I really care about. Took a lot of work. Had to really grind this out, this front hold out a little bit and align it to get the hood nice on and lined up. It's not perfect. I had to move the hood a whole lot to get the hood lined up with these buckets. This one's still not perfect. And the gap's a little bit wider right here, but that's about as good as it's going to get. The gap is nice all along here. Not perfect, but... And the big thing is with that, this aftermarket hood, I got quite a gap here at the cowl edge. It's bigger than I'd like, but I'd rather have this gap here than have the front misaligned completely. So because I had to move the hood, I also had to redo these, so I had to grind them out as well and move them all over again. The hood pins redone. I went ahead and put my new bracket on right here. This was bent all to crap, and put a new hood latch on, which is working very nicely. This piece is just kind of sitting there, but that's what I've done so far today. And I got my other aftermarket end cap working. The biggest part of this was I had to grind the ever-loving hell out of this edge. It had too much to it, which was causing every little issue. I had to wallow out the holes a little bit as well, but I still got a little bit right there where it's not perfectly aligned, but it's so much better than it was. And this is a nice new piece. I could grind this out some more. If you look at the other side, the gap is very nice. So that's all it was really, was this edge right here. It wasn't even close to stock. The way it's so I had to grind it way back, straighten it, pull up this a whole lot more, and as you can see, it's still really tight in there, but it's a little bit better than that side. But now it fits pretty well. I'm a lot happier with it than I was, and now I don't have to use my OE ones that I just grinded a little too much on. When I cleaned these up, I just got these edges, and it's just dirty and ugly, and if you Bondo those, it's just gonna fall off. So I want my nice crisp clean edges and curves, and so that's on there. That's what we've got done for the day. Like I said, everything is nice lines. I could pull this down a little bit more and use these like I did on this side. What I ended up doing, and I wish I had the measurement, but I used these two pieces right here, and that was perfect on this passenger side. It was tight. It was really hard to get on there with the cowl attachment bolt, and I had to use a longer bolt with complete threads on it instead of the end that slides in because it wasn't catching. But I I wallowed these out quite a bit. That way I had room. This fits perfectly with the bolt, but it gives you no room to try to maneuver and see if you can get the bolt in underneath. So that's all that happened. Wallowed those out, put those in, and boy, am I happy with this side. I mean, it's not perfect. I've had to hammer in these little edges a little bit to get it straight with the headlight bucket as well. But yeah, she's coming along. Before too long, like I said, hopefully we'll get it over to my buddy's house so he can paint it, and he'll put a coat of primer on it, fix little weird things that he wants to block out, and so on and so forth. So, whew, another day, another Saturday.